What's good, everybody? It's Darklordofsword here. Welcome to the first video on my LEGO channel. I have been a big fan of LEGO for my entire life. I mean, who hasn't been? But over the past year, I got started playing around with Bricklink Studio, and I have started a Rebrickable page. You'll find a link to it down in the comments. And there will still be updates. Sorry. Real quick, a little bit of housekeeping. There will be more work on the main channel. This is a side project. Main channel, I'm going to try to get back to once a week uploads. It might be a little slower than that. The LEGO channel will be once a month. And so yeah, moving on. And I'm a big LEGO fan. I'm also a big Star Wars geek. So I'm a big fan of ships that are less known and are kind of in the background. So some of what you're going to see here will be my own creations, just ships that feel like they fit the aesthetic of the setting, and they'll have their own lore. There'll be a quick version here on the channel, and then there will be a full description in each one's individual page on my Rebrickable. Oh. For now, though, we're going to start with a design that's actually an official one, and from Legends continuity, but which, as far as I'm aware, I'm the only person who's ever made the Republic Defender Starfighter in LEGO. The Republic Defender was introduced to the Star Wars Legends continuity as part of the post-original trilogy New Republic era. It was intended to replace some of the aging starfighters from the Rebellion era, like the X-Wing and the A-Wing. And it just kind of wound up not, because, of course, those are all iconic. In-universe, there's a whole bunch of lore reasons why it didn't work out. But it is an interesting little starfighter and has some deeper lore connections, because it's actually in-universe an update to a ship called the ADL Interceptor, that was introduced in the Star Wars Droids cartoon series and got a toy made by Kenner back in the day. Hey. It's a weird little ship. It's supposed to be very tiny in-universe. And it has a tandem cockpit. The official design is actually side by side, but there was no way to make that work in LEGO because they don't really make cockpits that wide. So I went with a front and back orientation. The most unique feature of the ship is these outriggers that are connections for a pair of reaction control thrusters that allow the ship to make extremely sharp maneuvers by rotating those thrusters around. It can even turn and fly backwards. For armament, it carries 3 laser cannons. Let me see if I can get it to show up. Carries 1 in the nose and then 1 under each wing, which are concealed behind the thruster booms when not in use. The cockpit does open. This is a old small prong hinge, and will fit a single minifigure. It does have a second seat, but there's no way to get another minifigure in there because the space is not wide enough. But I did model the second seat. And I also got the rear controls for the gunner and the front forward controls for the pilot, along with a display. I am very, very pleased with how this came out, especially because it was one of my first. This was my first attempt at creating a design from a official expanded universe ship design. My first MOC made from an official design. I'm particularly pleased with what I'd managed to do for the outrigger legs. You'll notice there is a modified tile with a T-track rail on it, which when the wings are in, or when the legs are in, and just barely connects into the bottom of the boom. And it's not super sturdy, but it's just enough that they do need a little shake before they will come loose. So you can pick it up and move it without it flopping around. The outriggers themselves are on a Technic pin axle with friction ridges so that they don't swing freely. Or rather, they do, but they need a little bit of force applied to them instead of just swinging wildly. So yeah. Please tell me what you think in the comments, either here or on the Rebrickable page, and I will catch you in the next video. Darklord out.